Hello and welcome to the channel. My news is that I have just retired. It is my first non-working day for over 30 years, and yeah, it's really strange and really wonderful. And I've been working as a professor in air transport management. So what do you give aviation mad professor who loves his photography a leaving gift? Well, a drone, of course. This was my first experience of flying a drone, and the ability to change perspective and look at places that you can't get to simply by yourself is very liberating, and at the same time quite worrisome, because you have an expensive bit of kit that you're not entirely sure where it is and whether it's going to keep on flying. But I'm pleased to say that I got the aircraft in the air, took some video and brought it home. So I've always fancied having a drone, but I've never had the courage to go and get one. Now, I'm not intending to do anything much with the drone other than provide some different B-roll for my videos. But it's absolutely thrilled flying one. So I've just had my first proper flight up over this lake. We're up in Scotland. I'm a lock by Oban, and today we're getting on a ferry and going to the Outer Hebrides. So I guess this video is really going to be about photography in the Outer Hebrides. But for now, it just feels really strange to have retired from full-time working, and it doesn't mean that I won't be working with the university at all. I will be, but it will hopefully mean that I'll have a little bit more time for photography, and I'll update you a bit about that in a future video. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video, which is going to be really about photography in the Outer Hebrides. I'm on this fantastic lake. I want to see what I can find for now. I mean, it's just gone sunrise and there's no sun and there's no light, so not going to be very great photography this morning. But it was just great to be up and out early to have a go at flying the drone and seeing what I can find, and just being out in the open. I always say this: if there's anything that you should do, you should get up, go out and have some fun, have mini adventures going out with your camera. All right, let's jump into it. Once we arrived in Barra, we drove through the island to the very north side on the northeast coast, where we stayed in an absolutely fantastic campsite just a few yards from the beach. Here I am experimenting with different shots and perspectives, like this top-down view. And yes, I did let the drone do a couple of predefined quick shots like this helix. We then had an amazing sunset. These colours are actually real. The next morning we made a tour of the island. Vast Array was our favourite find. We awoke to a spectacular sunrise before taking the ferry to Eriskay in South Uist. Yeah, so we're now on day 5 of this trip, and I haven't done very much by way of photography, but I'm having a fantastic time. We're now in the Outer Hebrides. We're in South Uist. We started in Oban, and then took the ferry to Barra, and then took another ferry to Eriksay, drove across the causeway, and we're now at the bottom of South Uist. Today we're heading up to North Uist. I've had a couple of goes with the drone, and I'll show you some of the footage, including over this beach here last night. So I'm not really blogging while I'm doing it, because I'm trying to concentrate on doing the flying of the drone, because it's all new to me. This beach behind me is beautiful, but every beach we've been to so far has been absolutely gorgeous. And as I say, with the family, haven't really done very much by way of photography, but this morning it's very bright sunlight. So what I'm going to do, you can tell by the shadow behind me, it's incredibly bright sunlight. I'm just going to try a little bit of ICM and see if we can sort of slow everything down a little bit, and just to capture the colours, the intense blues. Let's just move you around a bit here. I'm trying to capture these intense blues of the sea, and also the sky, and the yellows of the beach. So I'm going to jump down on the beach and see how we get on. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to use an ND filter, slow down the shutter to about a third or a half a second, and capture these rocks over here for a bit of darkness in the middle of the blues and the yellows and the blues of the sky. I'm going to be shooting, as I say, about a third or a half a second, and picking an ND filter to work with that, and then just doing a horizontal swipe from right to left as I click the shutter. So what I've done, I've come a little bit higher up the beach, and so I've got separation between this bank of rocks here and then the headlands that are running along the horizon. So you've got yellow of the beach, you've got this dark strip, more blue sea, the strip of land, the headland, and then the very blue sky behind it. I'm shooting for half a second. I'm using a 6-stop ND filter and a polarizer, and if the pictures come out, I'm going to show you them now. Our campsite in North Uist was beautifully located, but here, for the first and only time on this trip, we experienced a swarm of midges, so we kept photography to a quick dash outside. After this amazing sunrise, we explored the island. Unfortunately, my effort with the drone at this stone circle was not very compelling. Perhaps the best location of the trip was Harris, where we found these beautiful locations. We're now on Luskentar, which on the Isle of Harris, which sort of feels very familiar due to the whole series of Nigel Danson's films from here, and it's just as beautiful as it looks in his films, although I think we've done pretty well in terms of sort of weather. On day 8 we woke to some mist and fog, but it soon burnt off. And we explored Harris, taking the Golden Road, so called due to its cost of construction. We also found a fantastic coffee shop. Hello there. So this is we've been in the Outer Hebrides now for more than a week. Today we're in Harris. We've travelled up from Barra through South Uist, North Uist, Berneray, and now on Harris. Tomorrow we head up to Lewis. And fantastic beaches. I mean, everywhere we're going, we're seeing colours that you don't see in most UK beaches, which are very white sand, very blue and green water, black headlands, and blue skies with mountains covered with fog or mist. Absolutely fantastic. But this is a little bit more familiar to me. Rocks and a beach down there and moving water. So I'm going to try a little bit of sort of landscape photography here using the rocks as leading lines. And I don't know if you can see down there that beautiful little beach. So we'll see how we get on. The last time I flew the drone was at Sailor Boost, and here the colours were just so fantastic, and here they're an exposed sandbars which create beautiful patterns in the low tide, and with the dry weather, and it wasn't particularly windy, I was able to get some fantastic footage with the drone. But here I was starting to take photographs with it, and I hope that you like the photographs that I made from this location. After leaving Harris, we went to Lewis and drove through the very large island and went up to Uig. Here we had lunch at a community cafe and art centre located right at the end of Uig, which served the most amazing freshly made seafood chowder. I'd just like to say a big thank you to everybody who's watched this far, and say I really appreciate it, and hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.